They was probably bumping pocketbooks in college. That's why she's hating. Hey girl, hey, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jordan LeVay. Today we are reacting to and responding to Reddit Am I the Asshole? I really like these because I love giving my 2 cents. So we ain't gonna do too much yapping. We're gonna jump right into it. My boyfriend and I have been together for about 1.5 years. He is the best partner I've ever had, and I'm very much in love with him. Recently, he was promoted to a new position within the cannabis company he's been with, and it has him at a new office with new coworkers. It is basically him and one other person at the store all day. One of the new coworkers is a woman we'll call Rosemary. So it's either her or the manager Rick or another woman, Reba, that he is with in this small store for the whole day. He immediately started talking about Rosemary quite a bit, saying he liked working with her a lot and they had good conversations. Then he told me about how they conversated over the challenges of having a partner with a child. I have a 5-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. I'll admit, that didn't make me feel the most comfortable, but I chalked it up to my own insecurity and moved on. Well, the other day he brought Rosemary up again. This time he said he brought her a bunch of weed for free. This is when I started getting really uncomfortable. Not only is he talking about her every time I see him, but now he's bringing her a gift. Mind you, he doesn't talk about Reba or Rick nearly as much, and he definitely wasn't bringing them things. My boyfriend claimed it was because she did a small favor for him at work, and she is always hyping him up. I just had this weird feeling, so I looked at his text messages the other day when he gave me his phone to book a plane ticket. Yes, I know that was wrong and have since apologized, but of course he had exchanged numbers with and started texting Rosemary. There were only 3 times they texted back and forth, and it was nothing inappropriate, but none was work related, and each time it was initiated by him. I straight up told him I was uncomfortable with the amount of interest he was taking in her and wanted him to ease up. He admitted that if roles were reversed, he wouldn't be comfortable if I did the same with a male coworker. We've had issues with this in the past where he does something that makes me uncomfortable and only fully understands when I say, imagine if that were me doing what you are doing. So am I wrong for wanting him to ease up on the texting and trying to be friends with this woman outside of work? Immediately no. I don't think you're the asshole at all, and frankly, I don't think that he thinks that you're the asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said himself that if it was roles reversed and you were out here being all friendly and shit, he wouldn't be going for it. So I definitely don't think you're the asshole, and I definitely think it's weird. Like, you can have people at work that you're cool with. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to be at work. It's great to have people at work that make the time go a little bit faster. But don't be coming home every freaking day like, oh, I just love Susan. Oh my gosh, Susan, she just really gets me going. Love that bitch. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, now going through his phone. Do what you gotta do at this point. Who am I to judge? Yeah, definitely not the asshole in that situation, girl. Good job communicating. We love that. Am I the asshole for leaving dinner early after my boyfriend's friend introduced me as the current one? So my boyfriend invited me to dinner with his old college group. One of his female friends, who I've never met before, came late, looked me up and down, then said, "Oh, so you're the current one. Cute." I was stunned. No one laughed. No one corrected her. My boyfriend just kind of chuckled awkwardly and changed the subject. I sat there in silence for another 20 minutes before excusing myself and leaving. I took an Uber home. He called me later and said I embarrassed him by making it a thing and that I should have just been chill because she didn't mean anything by it. He wants me to apologize to her for walking out like a child. Do we have some unresolved, like, girl, they was probably bumping pocketbooks in college. That's why she's hating. Does she want him? I think she wants your boyfriend. That's the vibe that I'm getting. She didn't mean anything by it. No, she literally looked me in my face. Not even looked her in the face. Looked her up and down and said, so you're the current one. But she's acting like a child because she said, yeah, I don't feel welcome here and I'm gonna leave. Your girlfriend is not acting like a child. Your homegirl is. And him and homegirl, they done hunched. And that's why she's being weird. Because What homegirl gives a fuck? Like, honestly. And I would probably stop talking to him too. One thing that's so important to me is like being 18, being a unit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That bitch played in my face and played in your face. Like, we're in a whole relationship. And she is making comments that could, have me looking at you funny and in turn possibly affect our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all two grown, y'all 30. Like y'all not 16 and he just trying to save face for the homeboys or something. That's a grown ass man and he's letting his homegirl talk slick. Girl, you better leave that man. You ain't the asshole, he's the asshole, and I would stop talking to him. Am I the asshole for locking the office fridge after someone kept stealing my lunch? I work in a small office with about 10 people. We share a communal kitchen including one fridge. Over the past month, my lunch has been stolen 5 times. Not just random snacks, entire homemade meals I bring from home, gone without a trace. It's not just frustrating, it's expensive and messes up my day. I mentioned it a couple times in the group chat like, hey, someone's been taking my lunches, please stop. Everyone ignored it or sent pretty vague messages like, ugh, that sucks, or some people are the worst, but no one took accountability. So I bought a mini fridge and put it under my desk. Nothing fancy, just enough to hold my meal and a drink. I also put a little lock on it for extra peace of mind since then no one has stolen my lunches. Well, last Friday, one of my coworkers, we'll call her Dana, confronted me during lunch and said it was weird and selfish that I had a personal fridge. She said that it made me look paranoid and not part of the team. I said I was tired of my food being stolen and this was the only solution that worked. She said I shouldn't have brought stuff I wouldn't care about losing, like snacks or microwave meals, if I was so worried. A couple of others have now made little comments like, don't let him see your lunch, he might lock it up, or we get it, you're special. I'm starting to feel like the weirdo in the office just protecting my stuff. Dana's the bitch that stole your lunch. That bitch in the office hungry. She mad as fuck you locked that lunch up. What? It was weird and selfish. Oh, she was definitely the one rummaging through your motherfucking lunchbox. Are you fucking serious? How dare you lock up your lunch? Yo shit. That is funny as fuck. No, you're not. You're not the asshole. Dana's just hungry. She's starving. How do you feel that entitled to my lunch and like how I choose to go about my lunch? That would piss me clean the fuck off. She the one that was eating your lunch. Am I the asshole for letting my husband deal with his own parents since he doesn't set boundaries? My husband's parents are driving me crazy and I really need some advice. We've been together for 10 years, married for 2.5. His parents have always been more involved in our lives than mine. Before we got married, they bought a house with my husband, just the 3 of them. I wasn't involved in the decision at all. It hurt because I always imagined that our first home would be something that we chose together. The house is 5 minutes from our place, which is convenient but also comes with a lot of strings attached. I'm very independent and my parents have always respected that. They don't have a key to our house, they ask before visiting, and they never weigh in on things like how we decorate or what we do in our space. In contrast, my in-laws do have a key and there are basically no boundaries. We've come home from trips to find things moved around and dishes put up, which some might find helpful, but I find invasive. It's caused arguments between me and my husband because I don't like people in my space when I'm not home, even if they're family. One time, my sister-in-law was visiting, and while we were chatting, their parents and cousins just walked in unannounced. I was so upset I excused myself. My husband thinks this kind of thing is normal, but I really don't. To him, it's just how his family is, but for me, it feels like a total lack of respect of our privacy. There's also the cat situation. Before I moved in with him, I lived with my parents and had a cat I was very close to. When I brought her to live with us, my mother-in-law told my husband we couldn't have cats because she was allergic. So I had to give her back to my parents. Later at dinner, she straight up said, "Oh, I'm not allergic." So now I don't know who lied, her or my husband. That incident also made my own parents question me, which was humiliating. After I started working from home, I got really lonely and told my husband I wanted a cat again. He agreed, but said we couldn't tell his parents. That was almost a year ago. I've asked him several times to have the conversation and he keeps putting it off. I even offered to do it myself, but he won't let me. Then last weekend we made plans to go to IKEA and grab coffee, and in the middle of it, his mom called to say they bought a new piece of equipment for the house and were coming over to install it, uninvited. My husband offered to do it himself, but they said no and insisted on coming. He actually asked me to take the cat out of the house to hide him. I refused. I told him I'm done hiding this. We live here. If I wanted to store a giant inflatable dildo in the spare room, I could because it's our house. We decide what's here and who sees it. I told him it's time to set boundaries. He says his parents won't listen to him and that I need to say something. But when it came to my parents, I had those conversations myself. I never asked him to be the bad guy because they're my family. So we ended up going home so he could pick them up. Thankfully, the cat was quiet and they didn't notice, but the whole thing is exhausting. I told him this isn't just about the cat, it's about everything that comes with it. So I'm asking, am I the asshole for expecting my husband to be the one to talk to his parents? Should I step in? I feel bad, but it's been almost 3 years of me not feeling comfortable in my own house. I'm tired of living like someone might show up at any moment. Something needs to change. Once again, not the asshole. Your husband needs to get a fucking backbone. What are you talking about? You have a key to my house? My home, my nigga? No. And then the whole cat thing. I can't get a cat because your mother is allergic? She don't live here. This is not her house. Like, it's almost given like he didn't want a cat, but he didn't want to say he didn't want a cat, so he used his mama as a scapegoat. No, you're not the asshole, and you should not be the one that needs to establish boundaries with his parents, especially if you didn't put it on him to set boundaries with your parents. And mama need to get a freaking life. Seriously. Like, why do you even want to be here all the time? Do you not have nothing else to do? Please. Am I the asshole for wanting a DNA test on my eldest daughter? I, 35-year-old man, have 2 daughters, 5 and 11, from an 11-year relationship that ended a couple of years ago. My ex and I have a complicated history. She had what she described as emotional affairs with the same man multiple times while we were together. They had dated before she and I met, worked together during our relationship, and are now officially together. The first time I found out about her emotional involvement with him was when our eldest daughter was around 2. She always insisted it was never physical, but given the nature and frequency of their connection and the fact that she worked in a very affair-heavy environment, I've always had lingering doubts. Our oldest was conceived very early in our relationship, and she doesn't resemble me at all. She's the splitting image of her mother, which might mean nothing, but combined with the history, it has left a small but persistent feeling that maybe she isn't biologically mine. Let me be absolutely clear. I love her deeply. She is my daughter in every way that matters, and that will never change. No matter what a test says, I have zero intention of telling her or treating her differently. I will always be her dad. The reason I'm even considering a DNA test is purely for my own peace of mind. The doubt has lived in my head for over a decade, and now my ex is in a full relationship with this man again. It's gotten harder to ignore. I'm just tired of the voice in the back of my mind. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you kind of are the asshole. Like, and I don't even think I'm only saying you're the asshole because like that's the word. And like, am I the asshole? I don't think that you are an asshole, but I think that in this situation, I feel like you just shouldn't do it. Because you can say, oh, I don't plan on treating her any different, blah, blah, blah. But you don't really know. Like, right now, it's just like curiosity. But you know, curiosity killed a cat, baby. Okay? Like, you're looking at her and you're like, she might not be mine. I love her though. But I just want to know. And you can say to yourself, oh, nothing's going to change. I would never treat her no different. I would never, But then you get the test and let's just say she's not yours. Now you're going to be looking at it like, I've been raising another man's baby. She doesn't even have my blood. Like, I've been raising her like mine, but like, she's really not mine. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like you could not like unintentionally start treating her differently because now you know what I'm saying? And like, that little girl don't deserve that because up until that point you've been her father. You're the dad that she knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I understand you being curious, but it's like, if you don't plan on doing nothing different, then it's like, no, for what? I just feel like there's no way you're gonna find that out and then still treat that little girl as if it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't really see that happening. So it's like, I don't think you're an asshole, but I do think that it would be wrong to do if you have no intention of doing anything differently or even telling her. You know, like it's just like why? Why? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think that you should do it. But I am wondering, like, your baby mama, she worked in a very affair heavy environment. Did she work at fucking Amazon? Did she work in the freaking Amazon warehouse or some shit? Like, what the freak? Where was she working? That affairs were just running rampant through the workplace. Like, what the fuck? Like that is really. I really want to know where she was working because okay, maybe is she a stripper or something? Like, is she a bartender? I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. All right, y'all. That's all for me today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave me some comments below. Um, was there anything that I missed? Like, anyone did you think I got wrong? Let me know. I want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back again next week with another video.